What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Sour Takes Podcast, episode, I think it's 14. It's your hostess with the mostest, Nation Music is here. And today we have our first, I guess you're the first guest, right?
Yeah. Ernie,
Ernie's not here today, so I guess we got a sub in. Yeah, C-Dawg.
I'm used to subbing because I'm a teacher, you know. Sometimes you got to sub.
Ah, I see what you did there. So how you been? How's your week?
Well, it's the beginning of the week for me now. So
Well, how was your past week, I guess?
it wasn't too bad.
You're talking to me in your teacher voice, and it's weird.
Really?
Today the week wasn't bad. Like,
no, it was like compared to the weeks that I usually have teaching, like this week wasn't too bad. Like I can say I didn't have that many crazy stories. I can't think of any crazy stories right now. But this week I didn't have any crazy stories, so that's good.
If y'all don't know, she's a teacher. That's her occupation.
I teach third grade.
It was her choice. I don't understand.
I ask myself this question every single day. Why did I choose teaching? I'm still not sure yet how to answer that question.
And for this episode, it's a little different. Because, I didn't see that. We got C-Dawg here. This is my girlfriend. So since I got my significant other on this episode, I feel like this episode is going to be mainly about relationships or conversations regarding relationships, but we're going to be talking about a bunch of other things. And we got wine.
Yes. It tastes like church wine, even though James says he never had it before, but that's what it tastes like right now.
Because, everybody's drinking out of this one cup, and the priest is dead doing this, right? Sip. with his dress and shit. Wipe the brim. Next one. Honestly, wipe the brim. Next one.
What's crazy is that when I was a kid, I thought it was so disgusting. But when you're raised as a Catholic, because we didn't really go to church like that. But when we did that, it was like you had to do it. But as I got older, I didn't really go to church. Or if I had to do it, I skipped the wine because it was disgusting.
Yeah, I had one of those dry crackers and never again. I never did it
again.
Yeah,
this is dry as hell. That's really why I had the wine, because to wash it down. Because you get the bread first, right? And then you get the wine. Yeah.
Little kids thinking it was actual wine.
I know. I mean, when you're a kid, you're like, oh.
Like I'm getting turned in church.
Right?
Hallelujah.
Like, oh, shit. I'm having wine at like 7 years old.
Hallelujah. But yeah. Ernie's not here this week. The schedules be hard when people be busy, you feel me? So we making the best of it.
Mm-hmm. I'm better than Ernie anyway, so it's okay.
They have some rivalry going on. I don't understand why. I'm just here. I'm a neutral party.
It's because we're both the same sign. Well, technically, we're all the same sign. But because he's your cousin and he's always trying to claim you.
Ernie's not the same sign as us.
Yes, he is. He's a Virgo.
Is he?
Yes. Virgo.
He's after you, right?
Yeah. Virgos start the day of my birthday, which is August 23rd.
I don't know what any of these shits mean.
Well, we're all the same sign. That's all you need to know. And his birthday's right after mine, the next day. So he's a Virgo too.
Yeah.
But he's a weird Virgo. I really don't understand how he's a Virgo.
Why are we talking bad about Ernie, man?
Listen, I already had the intentions of talking bad about Ernie once I knew I was gonna come here and talk. Just so that, he could see it.
We gotta have both of y'all here so y'all can talk
for
bad
real,
to
we gotta
each
go
other.
back and forth. Just one day.
Ooh, I'm burping. This wine is just making me burp. What is your favorite wine? The Barcelona?
You know what's funny? I liked the Barcelona because it was so sweet. I don't like bitter wine. Like I don't understand why people find it enjoyable. Like I need to have something sweet. But lately, like when I have it, I don't like it as much anymore. I don't know why.
So what do you like?
I don't know yet. I'm trying to figure that out right now. You know what? No, I lie. I like Sutter Home, which is what we're drinking right now. But I like the Moscato. Yeah, I like the Moscato. So I would say Sutter Home right now is what I like, and which is what we're drinking right now. But Barcelona, like I don't mind it, but I think it's becoming too sweet for me.
I don't understand. Like I know there's like a whole way that you're supposed to be drinking wine. Like people spin it in the cup and you got to see it like drip down.
I guess I'm for that fancy shit. Like,
and then you like you drink it through your teeth. Like I don't want to.
What do you mean through your teeth?
Like one of those. Like
I've never done that. I don't even.
That's
I've
like
never
a
even
thing
heard about
so
that.
you could like taste it, but it's like you're about to stain up your teeth.
But either way,
that.
you're gonna taste it. No, like
I don't know. You want
taste it better.
Taste the ingredient. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm a casual wine drinker.
Either way, I'm gonna taste it. So
But I was gonna say something. Forgot. Damn. I don't think I ever did like a podcast with like a female. Because when I did it with Justin, we were supposed to have a female. We never got to that point.
I know you guys kept asking me to do it. Yeah.
It's because like I guess within conversations between the guys and the females, you can get like a separate like standpoint, viewpoint of it, of things like that.
Yeah.
Cause I think like a conversation we was gonna have was like, how do you feel about catcalling?
Oh God, that would have been a good podcast.
Or like, I mean, we here. How do you feel about catcalling?
I hate that shit. Like, you know
what's
what's crazy?
But if you got no catcalling, would you feel the way?
If I got no, I'll be fine. I'll be completely fine. I hate that shit. You know what's crazy? I was having a conversation with my friends, my female friends, by the way. We were talking about how, so I'm 28 now, right? When I was 13, I think 13 is when I first started like witnessing or like getting catcalled, right? And it was like when it happened, I was like very shocked because I'm like, I'm 13 years old. Like, how do you not? Because it was grown ass men, okay? How do you not realize that I'm a little ass girl and you're trying to kick it to me, whatever? But I was having this conversation with my friends because we're all around the same age, and what we said was that we noticed as we're like older, we're not getting catcalled as much as we used to, which like I'm not bothered by it, but it bothers me in a way because it makes me feel like that they try to go towards like the younger girls.
Do you think it's that or just the times?
I don't think it's the times. I feel like that catcalling will always be there, especially where we live. Like I feel like that's always gonna be a thing because it still happens. It still happens to me, but it doesn't happen as much.
Yeah. Okay.
So I just feel like it's an age thing. Because it used to happen to me a lot when I was 13. But I don't know. I think it's an age thing. I really feel like it's an age thing.
That's really weird.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we all noticed it. We all said, like, yo, that's crazy. Now that we're older, we don't get catcalled that much.
I've been wondering, though, like when I had asked, I was like, if you didn't get catcalled, would you feel away? Like, if you never got catcalled, if no one ever tried to buy you a drink, would you, like, think to yourself, like, damn, am I ugly? Like,
no.
Do I not catch anybody's attention?
I mean, for me personally, no. That doesn't bother me, like, catcalling or... I mean, like, it's different, though, when you're in a bar, though, and somebody's asking, like, giving you a drink. They're not catcalling you. They're offering you a drink.
But it's not catcalling, but I think it provides the same type of feeling of it as far as, like, your appearance caught their attention. So they trying to do something to, like, get your attention.
I've had, like, men offer to buy me a drink or they bought me a drink. It's really all about the approach, though, because there was a situation one time where I was in the South, by the way, and my friend and we were at a bar, and these two men were just, like, talking it up with us, like, just having regular conversation. It didn't even feel like they were trying to talk to us, like, talk to us. And they were like, hey, like, can we buy you a drink? Okay, sure, no problem. And they bought us a drink. That's nice. Like, I'll take the drink. But sometimes, like, men just it depends on the approach. Like, you trying to talk to me, I'm like, nah. Because then I feel like if I take the drink, you expect something out of it. And I'm good. I'm not.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. But I don't feel a way if someone doesn't offer me a drink. I can buy my own drink. I'm good.
But yeah, as far as teaching, how's all that going for you? Explain to the people about the teaching world in New York City. Without getting yourself in trouble.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, how can I say this without getting myself in trouble? Well, I mean, I could openly say this because everybody knows this, but the OE is trash. Like, it's really bad. From what I understand, before the school year started, I think the mayor, like, announced that there were, like, more budget cuts, and we're definitely feeling that now. Like, there's a lot of things where my school had money for last year that they don't have money for now. Like, we're talking about right now trying to get after school going for students that really need it, or like how we're gonna get the money for it, because I'm a teacher and yes, I get paid on salary, but if I work after school, that's extra money for me and they gotta pay me. I'm not working for free. So they gotta find that money somewhere. Or even just needing things in the classroom, just little things that teachers have to pay out of their pocket because the school can't give us that money. So fun fact, teachers, they used to get $250 a school year, for just buy stuff for the classroom. They just raised it to $300 for the school year. So now I get $300 back. It's like a reimbursement. Yeah. So you spend money, you give them your receipts, and they give you the money back. But
things that you buy, isn't that more than 3?
That's what I was gonna say. Like, we end up spending more than that because there's so many things that you need throughout the school year.
Mm-hmm.
So $300 is nothing. But yeah, it's been a crazy year so far just because of the budget cuts. It sucks because we feel it. There's not much that we could do. Sometimes they give us grants, but it really depends. Like, there's different schools that go for the grant, so it's like,
okay,
you gotta wait and see like if they choose your school for the grant. Last year we got chose for a grant, but I don't know if we're gonna go for this.
I got a random ass question.
Yes.
Do schools pay light bill?
I don't know. I don't know. That's a question I would not know.
Schools lights are always on.
You know what's funny? Actually, you know what's funny that you mentioned that, because the maintenance guy came to me the other day because so the weather's been weird, right? One day is cold, one day is hot. So my kids,
that's just New York.
Yeah, you know how it goes. My kids, like, they're always hot. So if they ask to turn on the AC, I'm gonna say, yeah, I'm not gonna have y'all sweating in here. Like, I'm gonna turn on the AC. I'll be hot most of the time too. So I turn on the AC. So the other day he comes into the classroom. He's like, wow, so you have the AC on? That's crazy. You have it on all day too, right? I'm like, what's the issue? Oh, because, you know, in the mornings we turn on the heat and you guys turn on the AC so it gets rid of the heat. And then you guys are going to be complaining about being cold. I'm like, well, my kids are not complaining. But he was talking about how last year, I guess, we left the AC on too much and like the light bill was high. But I'm like, bro, but do you pay for it? So why are you complaining? You don't pay for it.
Like, why'd you leave the light? Like, if you don't, yeah, I don't know.
Listen, you know, whatever I do in the classroom is for my kids. So you got a problem with it, then you got to deal with it because it's for my kids at the end of the day. But there'll be times where I'm cold and they're hot. I'm going to leave the AC on because they're hot. What I look like?
You'll be over there shivering.
Yeah, the parents going to come to me, Miss Robles. My student said that you didn't turn on the AC because they were hot. So, yeah, no. But it's funny you bring that up because he was talking about the light bill. But I'm just like, but you don't pay for that. So why are you complaining about that?
Yeah, because school lights be on all day, every day, all year.
It's true, yeah. That would probably crazy.
Oh, I guess a thing we could discuss that we always talk about is like the differences of things that happen within Catholic schools versus public schools.
Oh, talk about what I didn't know. Or what, like,
she never knew that, like, what's it called?
Was it the lockdown?
The school lockdown? Yeah, in school lockdown. You didn't know that was a thing.
I can imagine now, maybe, like.
But I was doing that since I was like in elementary school.
No, I know, but I think, like, you know, with recent years, like everything that was happening, I would imagine that private schools are now doing that. But when I was in school, we didn't do that. We just did. I'm sorry, I'm laughing because
our dog is here. He's just
living his best life. I know. But yeah, all we did was fire drills. We didn't do lockdowns, which is crazy to me because I feel like that should be in every school. Mm-hmm. Like you said, you did it in elementary school. Why weren't we doing that? And side note, I went to private school my whole life because I started in first grade. No, not even pre-K. And then I switched schools and I also went to middle school and private school and then high school as well. The first time I went to public school was when I went to college. So it's crazy that all those years we didn't do anything like a lockdown. Mm-hmm. And I would remember that. And even my friends that they say that we didn't do that.
Yeah,
so that was interesting.
They either have us like in the hallways or go down towards the lunchroom because the lunchroom had like, well, in my middle school, my lunchroom was like in the basement. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it was like they had hallways that had no windows and stuff like that. So
I was gonna say, why would they put you in a hallway?
There's no windows.
But was it like a door was locked?
Well, we did like. Okay, I'm sorry. Well, I think they were both caught in school. I don't know because one was like if there was like a tornado outside.
That's what I was gonna say. That's I think that's I forgot what it's called. But that's different. I think that's what you're talking about. You being in the hallway. Because lockdown, you have to be in a classroom.
No, lockdowns we did as well, but the other ones we did in the hallway. I just don't remember the name of it. But the lockdowns we did where you like say there's 2 doors in the back. You guys are like we're all lined up by like the closets and stuff.
Yeah, but that's in the classroom, right? Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
I'm saying we did both. Yeah.
Yeah. Because we do the shelter in. That's
shelter in.
Yeah. So the lockdown is you have to be in the classroom. You have to block the window, door, lock the door, turn off the lights, and go to the back of the classroom.
It'd be the worst when they used to do that, and I was in the bathroom.
What would they do if you were in the bathroom?
They tell us like to just go to the nearest classroom,
Yeah.
but I would just walk back to my regular classroom and knock on the door. Cause like it's just mad random if I just walk into a classroom and I gotta be bunched up with a bunch of people don't know.
But that's crazy to me because they tell us, the teachers, like if you have if we have a lockdown, like a soft lockdown, which is like us practicing, they tell us like if a student is missing from the classroom, or not even if you're if you're a teacher that's close to the bathroom, go to the bathroom and make sure there's no student in there, and if they are, don't matter what class they're from, take them and put them in your classroom. So they didn't do that with you?
No.
Okay.
I was just trying to get back to my classroom. I didn't want to be in a random classroom and not know anybody. I gotta be shoulder to shoulder with people who stink. Like it's not something I wanted to do.
No, but they're supposed to go in the bathroom and make sure that no one's in there.
I don't think anybody came into the bathroom to look for students. I don't think.
They're supposed to.
It's been a long time. I don't remember all the stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just used to look at Catholic kids like, y'all so privileged. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get so much like, cause Catholic schools get looked at a lot more than public schools. When it comes to like ratings or like sports and stuff like that.
Yeah, I feel like I understand that perspective because my mom, she put us in private school because she was in public school herself. So the backstory of my mom was that when she was a kid, she got bullied. And she did not have a good experience in public school. So she thought putting us in private school would give us like a better experience in school. Mm-hmm. Which like that situation didn't happen to me when I was in school. But I don't feel like I had a great experience in school. Because it was so many restrictions when it comes to like being in Catholic school. And then also like you have to take religion class. And I don't care about religion. Why do I have to take this?
What is religion class?
It really depends. Like in middle school, it was, I don't even remember. I honestly is like.
Do you even get a credit for that? Like, does it even count? I mean, if you go to Catholic school your life, then I guess it counts. But
right,
if you went to Catholic school and then transferred to public school, they just look at that like.
I can't even tell you what I learned about religion in middle school because we didn't care. We had tests and we would like find the answers on a book and we would all share it in the classroom, like cheat on the test. Cause like, what are we really learning about? But it's crazy though because if I'm watching, so I watched the show Lucifer, right? And it's about like, I actually like God and everything that happens in the Bible. And I actually remembered the stories. I'm like, how the hell do I remember these stories? But it's obviously because of private school.
Do they have schools for every religion?
I don't know. I don't know.
Cause I feel like that's such a weird concept.
You know,
like Catholic school is just like it's a weird concept as a whole. I
agree because I always thought about like my friends who were not Catholic. I'm like, why are you in Catholic school? You're not Catholic. Yeah. Like I don't understand. I guess because
some people just go past the part of it being a religion and viewing it as like this is supposed to be a better school. Because you know when people feel like they pay for something, they feel like you get a better outcome out of it.
That's what I was gonna say. Like my mom didn't really. So it's funny that you said that we're privileged, but my mom didn't pay for our tuition when it came to like middle school. I think I don't think it was a scholarship. It was some program, but she wasn't paying for the tuition. In high school, I was a part of like a sponsorship program where like I met with someone. Well, I had to apply first, and I got accepted. And I met with someone who paid for my tuition. So I had that sponsor throughout my whole high school career. She paid for my tuition. My mom didn't pay for anything. So if it wasn't for her, I'm pretty sure I would have ended up in public school, honestly.
Oh, shit. The wine just splashed on my forehead.
How did it end up on your forehead?
I don't know. That doesn't sound right.
You know what?
Right.
Cut that out. Cut that out. Cut that part out.
Ain't nothing splashing my forehead. I'm just sweaty.
Oh, but yeah, I wasn't very privileged. It was just I got lucky with like people paying for my tuition that wasn't my mom. But
one thing I did want to talk to you about, like, I guess because we're both past that and we both understand it, and since you still are in the teaching realm and like just dealing with schools in general, if you could change a thing about the way college is, how would you change it? Other than just making it free.
I mean, that's number one, obviously. I feel like making people who like don't have the money more aware of like the opportunities that they can come across to pay for their tuition, because I feel like there's so many opportunities where you can get your tuition paid for, but they're not like it's not out there for you to know.
I just feel like the aids that they provide to help you, it should be prior students that know like the ropes and like the loops of things. Because a lot of times when people were helping me when it came to my college experience, it was older people like in their 50s and their 60s,
right? And they're over at that point,
and they don't know like, yo, I can do this. Like when I found out about ASAP when I went to Kingsborough, it was so valid to me. And then when I found out like you could low key like get bread off of ASAP without them knowing, like with the book vouchers and selling the books and all that, I was like, you just landed. Nike, you can't have no wine, bro.
Not the dog trying to have wine. Nike.
But it was just like so many loops you can go through and figure things out. I just feel like they should have. I feel like I don't know if they do have sections within the schools that are just prior students that know loopholes and things.
No, I
feel like that whole process of setting up for college, and that's what deteriorates people from wanting to even be in college, because you get over it and you get nervous from it.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I mean, like I agree that it's frustrating. You deal with like advisors. First of all, a lot of the time people have advisors, they don't even know that they have an advisor. That's crazy to me. Everyone, when you go to college, you're assigned an advisor.
Really?
Yes, you are assigned an advisor, and people don't know that they have one. So let that be known, because that person is supposed to help you with everything.
Oh, the advisor, they're like the head of whatever.
Like when it comes to like schedule, like they'll help you when you first come into the school. They'll help you create your schedule.
Is that based off of your what is your major?
I'm
is
not
it advisor based off of the major?
I'm not sure if it's well. I think sometimes, like for me, because I did childhood, we had one advisor, and she was for childhood. Okay, so we went to her. So, yeah. But it depends, I think, like on the programs and stuff. I'm not really sure.
I think that's how it was in Queens College.
Okay, yeah.
Because one of my professors that I had in the class, he was the advisor for film studies.
Yeah, but see, like I knew that I had this advisor because the way my program worked was that I needed permission to take classes. I had to ask to take the class before I even enrolled, because it wouldn't let me. But yeah, a lot of people don't know that they have advisors. So making that more known, like, hey, you have an advisor, you can go talk. But then sometimes these advisors are not that great either, because I have friends who are in school now who have advisors, and they're saying that like their advisors are not doing the job that they're supposed to be doing. So I feel like that's good, like what you said, having people who
like prior students
went through, like prior students, younger people at that want to help, because we went through the struggle too. I would love to help students who are in college like get through it. I have so many friends who reach out to me and ask me questions, because I'm always like, yo, if you need help, I got you. Because I know I was there. I just finished my master's, so like I've been through it, whatever. But yeah, like I know how to do the financial aid, enrolling classes. Like I always tell my friends and my sisters, like, if you need help, I got you. Because sometimes the help that's in school is not helpful enough, and it sucks.
I would just be clicking away on I don't remember the website. I would just be clicking away trying to set up my schedule. I got it right eventually.
Yeah. I think that's like the main problem, a big problem with. I mean, I'm only speaking from my experience with CUNY, because I don't know how other schools are.
I would think SUNY's even worse.
No, but I'm not even talking about SUNY. I'm talking about like any other college. Like I don't know.
But isn't CUNY just city colleges?
Yeah, but I'm saying there's other colleges besides CUNY colleges. There's like private schools like LIU, NYU. Those are different. Those are not CUNY.
I just always thought it was just CUNY and private. That's it. And SUNY.
Yeah, because CUNY is public. That's what I'm saying. I'm only speaking for CUNY because I don't know outside of CUNY. So I would hope that all these other schools, like, they do have advisors that are good and do help. Yeah. But if not, like, that's a big problem. That's why a lot of people, like you said, they give up. I have friends who have literally given up because they don't. All of us have different ways that we deal with things, and sometimes something that I can handle, the next person can't handle, and it becomes too much. It's overwhelming, so they don't want to continue with the process, and it shouldn't be that way. It's school. I want to finish school. I want to get my degree.
So why make school more stressful than it already is?
Right. Like I went through all these years of high school. I want to get my degree. Like, make it easier for me. And I think a big thing with that, why it's like that, is because people think like, oh, you're an adult, figure it out. But think about it. At 18, you're still a kid. You are still a kid. You don't.
I don't even know how to do laundry properly.
Some people don't. I did, but some people don't, which is fine. But you're still a kid at that age, so obviously you're not gonna know everything. So I think that they should have like be better with the advice, advisement, and also just giving more opportunities for those that are not as fortunate.
Yeah.
Like for me, I got mad student loans right now. I'm like 30K in debt. So it is because I didn't have the money.
So if y'all want to send some donations to, we'd gladly take some donations for 30K.
I mean, unless his single drops, and then it hits, then he gonna pay my student loans. But but yeah, I think because I'm pretty sure there were opportunities for me to take upon, like to cover my tuition, but I didn't know how to, or even when I asked, it was very like vague. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna just take out a loan. It's fine, whatever.
I be forgetting that we're recording. I just gotta like watch what I do. Make sure I don't like dig my nose and shit. I like lick my fingers. Like
no, I like Loki have to use the bathroom. This one, come here.
All right, you're gonna hold it.
Okay.
No, but another thing I wanted to ask. So I don't think I ever asked a female this. How did you, or how would you view? Do you know who the guy Andrew Tate is?
No.
Do you know like what he was about or anything?
No.
Oh damn! So I guess it's kind of hard to ask.
Who's that?
Then. That was a guy. He got very popular because he would talk a lot about how like women are very dependent and men rule. Like usually, like men are just like on top of everything in a sense. I don't fully. I never really fully listened to him, so I can't quote it word from word. But it's more of the idea that men are the providers and women are just like dependent on men and that whole mind concept of things.
But what was your question?
I was gonna ask how you felt about that.
Like that men are
like, well, you don't know who Andrew Tate is and like what he was saying and things like that because it will go around. So it's kind of hard to ask you this question as far as like, how do you feel about? I guess I can ask you how you feel about that mindset and concept. That
men are like dominant, basically.
Yeah.
So you want to know my response to this? Because hell no.
I know your response.
Yeah, so I'm like, no. That's such an old school way of thinking. I hate that.
Mm-hmm.
We're in 2022. Like, I could be the provider. I could be the breadwinner in the house. Why do men need to be the more dominant in the house or in the relationship? That makes no sense.
The thing that I find so funny is like every guy that, well, first up, I don't feel like a lot of men was like saying that so loud and publicly until like the guy Andrew Tate became like a huge thing and wasn't like known for doing that and pushing boundaries and just like making noise and moving the needle and things like that. And more guys got more comfortable. As you know, when one person does something, everyone wants to follow and everything. But one thing I always seem to realize is every guy that has that mindset is a dude that's single and dated nothing but bozos.
Yeah.
That's how it always is.
You don't have much experience.
It's like you dated nothing but bozos in your life. So you have that mindset. Because there is no way that you have a mother and you view her as independent and strong. And then you're going to go and say, oh, she depended on the nigga. She needed a nigga in her life.
Yeah, 100%. I'm like, your mama didn't raise you right. Because for you to think that, like, and a lot of people, they come from like, and what's crazy is that a lot of time you'll get to know a person and it'll be the same person that has a single, like a mom that was single and raised them. And you have these thoughts like, how do you think of your own mom? She raised you.
That's why I try, like, when friends of mine or people I know get into these conversations, I just get myself out of it because it's just so stupid. And they be so broke, too, talking about this.
Right, like, you don't have money yourself, but you're talking about you're dominant. How?
I just don't understand. There's no way you could have a mother in the household, be surrounded by women that are independent and strong, and then turn around and say, she couldn't do that without a nigga, though.
Right.
It just don't make any sense to me.
Right.
I just felt like I wanted to ask that because I never asked. I don't think I've asked a female the viewpoint on that.
I mean, we all gonna say the same thing. I mean, it'd be
some
rare.
females could be like, I need my man to take care of everything for me.
Listen, to each his own. To each his own. Because I know there are probably some women out there that don't mind the man being the breadwinner, but that's what you prefer. That's your preference. That doesn't mean that you cannot be the breadwinner in the house. Yeah. Everyone has their preferences.
And every time the guys who talk about it, I'll be like, bro, but not all women are like that. They be like, oh, but most. I'm like, most niggas don't put on deodorant or brush their teeth. Doesn't mean all niggas stink. Like,
most women.
Like, it's just because when they say the most, they're more referring to everybody and all.
Right.
So it's like, bro, not everybody brush their teeth and put on deodorant, but not everybody stinks. Like, I don't know. That's just the way I view it.
Yeah. That's actually like a funny analogy, but okay. It makes sense though. It makes sense.
Niggas be musty in the lunchroom in the summertime. On the train, there's always a guy that want to put his hand on top like this. Mad armpit odor. Odor.
What the hell did you say? Order? Didn't you say you have some relationship questions? We should get into those.
I was asking all this before we got to like relationship because I was gonna ask. All right, so for y'all who don't know, this is my girlfriend. We've been together for like 4 years and stuff. So I would ask relationship stuff between us, like we can ask each other stuff, and then go into the questions that the people who watch us and all that sent in. So I guess like one thing I would ask you, do you feel like there's anything that's important for a relationship to last a while? Because I guess within my friend group, because we are still young and stuff, I've had like the longest relationship. Mm-hmm. So it's like, do you think there's like a specific thing that needs to happen in order for a relationship to go for a minute and last strong and last on?
Yeah. Number one thing, communication. You gotta, which is funny. I'm laughing because I know in the beginning when we first started dating, I wasn't great on communication, but I feel like that's the main thing that you need for a relationship to last. Because if you don't communicate, then how are you gonna go on? If you feel a way about something and you don't voice it, then that person doesn't know and they'll continue doing what they're doing because you didn't voice it. You're gonna feel away, so the relationship's just not gonna build. Yeah. It's just gonna spiral down. So I think communication is like the main thing, and a lot of people don't know how to communicate, and that's why a lot of times relationships don't last.
Not even relationship, niggas who are friends, niggas in general. Let me not start talking, bro.
No, I mean 100%. I feel like that's what we could talk about it. Like, listen, not only just relationships, friendships too. You have to communicate. It's gonna make. Eventually it's gonna make one person uncomfortable, but we gotta get uncomfortable. Like, if we want to be friends, if we want to be together, we gotta be uncomfortable.
Friends should be able to have uncomfortable conversations,
right?
And get like be on the wall type of thing,
right?
Friends, relationships, whatever. It's just something that allows it to be stronger. Allows the connection to be stronger,
right?
Because if you get pushed to that point, then you're like, yo, I can't go beyond this, and we already reached this before, so going forward, we can't really go worse than this. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
And that's something that I learned as I grew as a person and as I became older, because when you're young, like, it's different. Like, you don't think about things like that. But when you're older, you've been through so many experiences, whether it's with friendships or relationships, that you know what you expect or like what you want in a relationship, and you should be able to voice that. Yeah. And give the other person a chance to voice that as well. And if you let this person know, like, listen, this is what I look for in a relationship from jump, then I feel like you might have a better outcome and last long in a relationship or even a friendship, because you voiced that. And you should give the other person a chance to voice it too and listen to each other, hear each other out. If there's no communication, like, what we doing?
Ain't no communication, ain't nothing, man.
100%. Because what are we doing?
What are we talking about?
Nothing.
I feel that. What was I gonna say? Damn, I was gonna say something.
Well, I want to ask you, like, what do you think? Because I said communication, which I know you agree, but is there something else that you feel like, because we've been together for 4 years, what do you think a relationship needs in order to work? Or what do you think our relationship helped us continue going on besides communication?
Well, I won't say this is really for us, because for us in the beginning it was always like this, but I feel like trust is the main thing, because not having trust within the person can knock down so many things for you. Yeah. And start problems for no reason type of thing. Yeah. Because you need to have trust within the person to be able to move freely and move comfortably. Yeah. Because you can't every time your person goes out, you're like, damn, are they gonna leave with somebody? Yeah. Or they gonna get somebody better than me? Because if you feel off all the time, then there's always gonna start a problem. You're never gonna be 100% comfortable. Yeah. That's how I view it. Other with the communication, trust is a major part, because you just need to trust within each other.
I was also gonna say, like, before you even get to a relationship, you gotta like love yourself first. Because I feel like a lot of people that I know, like, they get into relationships and I can tell, like, they have
there's a question that answer is gonna come.
They have their own like inner security, like insecurities that
but a lot of people who, I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off.
Like that they struggle with, and I'm like for me, well, because I'm older. For those that don't know, I'm older than James.
How many times you gonna say it? I mean?
I don't think I said it before.
You said your age already.
Oh yeah, but they don't know your age.
They know
Anyway,
who I
I'm
am.
older,
You know
but
who
I
am.
have
Come on,
like
man.
I have my experiences, and I forgot where I was going with this because you cut me off, James. See, communication, guys. Let me speak first.
Why can't the man speak first? That's what I don't understand.
No, but I think like going like in my own experiences, I learned that before you even think about entertaining a person, like you gotta make sure that you love yourself first. Take care of yourself first before you even think about going into a relationship. Because I know, like me, I know how I am in a relationship. When I'm in a relationship, I want to make sure my partner is happy.
You know how you are in our relationship.
Yes,
Yeah,
my
say it correctly. Just make sure you say it right. That's all.
Our relationship. I know how I am. Like I want to make sure that he's happy. So if he's like, "Yo, I really wanted this pair of socks because they're mad cool," I'm gonna buy it.
I want these socks.
I gotta make my voice deeper.
Socks. I
gotta make my voice deeper. Okay. But if he tells me that, then tomorrow or on the phone, I'm like, let me check on Amazon for them socks. Because that's how I am. I want to take care of you. So my advice is take care of yourself first.
I would never want some damn socks.
That's a lie. That is a damn lie.
There's never somewhere I'm like, oh my God, those socks are so cool.
First of all,
let me get those socks.
This is a lie, and I'm going to tell y'all why. Because for his graduation, he wore a nice outfit. And he was looking for specific socks because he wanted to have a certain look. And what did your girl do? She went to Macy's and she bought those damn socks because that's how I am. And that's what I was just trying to say.
Well, did you go to Macy's because I didn't have time to go?
I don't remember. Well, but I'm saying either way, like, I'm going to get it done. You know what I'm saying? Like, either way, I'm going to get it done.
All right, so we back from our, like, little quick intermission. But I told people to send in some relationship questions for us. So we're going to go do that. I got a couple. She got a couple. So we're going to run through them real quick. Do you want to go first or you want me to go first?
You can go first.
Copy. So the first question that I got up here, hold on, give me a second. The first question I got, should I say the person's name or just, I think I'm going to say the question.
Just keep it anonymous.
Yeah. The question is, what to do in your first breakup with the girl you thought you were going to have a future with?
Jeez, that's a deep-ass question.
Obviously, something happened.
Wait, say that one more time, that question.
What to do in your first breakup with the girl you thought you're going to have a future with? But this is worded with, like, your first breakup ever? Or your first breakup with a girl you thought would last forever?
I'm assuming, this was their very first serious relationship.
But, like, your very first relationship, you're going to think is going to last forever?
No, I said very first serious relationship.
Oh.
Because, like, this person could have had relationships before that he didn't take as serious.
Yeah.
And this could have been the first relationship where he was like, you know what, like, I'm going to marry this girl.
Let me just make sure your camera recording. All right, we good. Yeah, I mean, yeah, well, it says what to do. I mean, I don't feel like this has the age thing to do with anything. Like, I was going to say, maybe if you're younger, if it ended for a reason, whether it was a good or bad reason. The point is, it's no longer what it was. And all it takes, it's going to take time for you to get over things. But eventually, if you keep living in sadness and that's all you push, like, I don't know. I'm trying to find a way to say this. It's just like, don't stay stuck in life being sad. Things happen for a reason. Things are no longer the same for a reason. So from there, you just got to keep it pushing and keep going. You don't want to stay stuck, stay sad, and dwell over that, and you'll never know what other opportunities you can come into. One door closed, but another door can open. You feel me?
Yeah.
You thought forever was gonna happen. I'm pretty sure the other person thought forever was gonna happen, but it just didn't work out that way.
Yeah.
And things happen. You just gotta move on. You just gotta better yourself. If you messed up and that's the reason why I broke up, understand what you messed up in and fix that.
Yeah.
Or just use that relationship as a bullet point to, like, this is what I like, this is what I didn't like. I know my next person, I want to do this. I want that to be like this and things like that. What do you think?
Yeah, I was going to say, like, first thing you got to do is accept it first. That's the very first thing you got to do. Accept that the person that you were with, that you thought you were going to be with forever, is no longer your person.
Mm-hmm.
First, accept it. And then it's okay to be sad because there's, like, so many stages to break up. It's okay to be sad. You could have your couple of days or maybe a week and you're sad. But like you said, don't stay stuck in the sadness.
Yeah.
Because for me, when it's happened to me in the past, my initial thought was like you said, everything happens for a reason. So obviously something happened there where, you know, it didn't work out. And what I think, give it some time, and if you didn't already, try to get some closure to see if you're not understanding why it ended like that. Try to get some closure from the person to understand like what went wrong.
But I feel like with closure, you have to have some time before you get
That's
that
what I was
closure.
saying. I said it.
Like,
Yeah.
don't just break up and then the next day.
Yeah.
But tell me why we broke up.
No.
So
Give yourself time.
Mm-hmm.
First, accept it. Be sad, whatever. You know, give yourself time. Don't go right away to this person like, oh my God, why didn't... No. Give yourself time. And when I say time, I don't mean like 2 weeks. Give yourself like months.
Facts.
And then, you know, if you didn't have that closure conversation already, you know, try to reach out, hopefully if y'all are like on okay terms, and figure out why it didn't work out. And then, like you said, now you know, okay, I messed up here. This is something I need to work on for the next relationship.
Yeah.
You know? But we can't dwell on like the past.
But you take every experience and learn it for the next one type thing.
Yeah. Like I'm a person where I'm always thankful for my experiences, whether it's good or bad, because I learned from it.
Mm-hmm.
So you just gotta learn from it.
Copy. So yeah, the next question is from the same person. They asked 2 questions, but I think they're kind of, you could just put them together. One question is, how do you know when it's time to end a relationship? And the other question is, how do you end a toxic relationship?
How do you know when it's time to end a relationship, and how do you know that you're in a toxic relationship?
No, how do you end a toxic relationship?
How do you end it? That's kind of like hard to say because what's making the relationship toxic?
Yo, like my thing is, when you're in a relationship and you can understand yourself that it's toxic, there's no reason to keep being in it.
Yeah, no, 100%.
It's like, why stay so stuck, right? All right. You're here. You're going through this experience. You already know how this experience is, but you just keep going along with it because you're comfortable with it. But you keep going with this experience, and it's going nowhere but down. But there's so many other experiences you can have to keep you up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, why keep going down this road, knowing that it's a negative road, knowing it's a bad road, for it to not change or help anything?
Yeah. I mean, it's easy to say because, like, I know people who have been in toxic relationships, and I understand it's hard to, like, get out of that when you're in it. But if, like you said, if you yourself you're recognizing that it's a toxic relationship, you need to get out ASAP.
Yeah. Just bring the mic a little closer to you. Yeah.
Okay. You need to get out ASAP because what is the relationship doing for you?
Mm-hmm.
It's draining your energy. It's not making you want to do anything. And you don't want to be in that type of environment. You want to keep pushing forward. You want to keep moving up in your life. This person's just going to pull you back. They're not going to help you move forward.
Yeah, and it's like, I don't know. I just don't get why some people just want to stay stuck there. Like, I get it could be a comfortability thing, but it's like, there is somebody in the world that's going to treat you exactly how you want to be treated. And why... Life isn't that long, so why settle for somebody that doesn't treat you exactly how you want to be treated? That's just my point to that.
I will say that I do understand why people don't want to leave, because maybe they feel like they won't find another person. Maybe they feel like, okay, so they could have a toxic relationship, right? When it's bad, it's bad. But maybe when it's good, it's good. So, like, all they're thinking about is, like, but damn, like, when we're good, we're good.
But it's like, how bad are those bad?
No, of course. Like, but I'm trying to get you to understand, like, their mindset, too. Like, they're thinking about just the good times. They're not thinking about the bad. And the bad overweighs the good, of course. But that's probably why it's so hard for them to leave the relationship, because it's like, damn, like, we've been together for so long, and when we're good, like, everything's good. Like, you wish things could be better, but it's not changing.
Mm-hmm.
When it's not changing, that's when you know you need to go. When things are not changing, you got to go.
This is a question that I just thought about with this question is, if your friends are telling you the relationship is toxic, how should you view that?
I think that if my friend tells me that if my friend tells me that I'm in a toxic relationship, I need to listen to my friend, because from my experience with my friends, I don't feel like they would ever tell me things to, like, mess up a situation that I'm in. They're trying to tell me, like, Catherine, open up your eyes. Like,
Yeah.
you're in a bad situation. So I feel like if your friends are telling you that your relationship is not healthy, then you need to listen to that and
Yeah.
try to, like, if your eyes have not been open yet, like, open up and try to take yourself out of the situation, step outside of it, and look at what's happening, so you can understand, like, why are they saying this to me?
Yeah.
Because it's hard when you're in the situation. You're not looking at it from an outsider's perspective.
Especially if it's somebody that's close to you, letting you know, like, what's up. They're not telling you that because they bored. Like, listen.
Yeah, it's not because they care.
Yeah. So the next thing is not really a question, but it's more of a topic. They're talking about sharing locations with your significant other. I don't ever view that as like a bad thing. Obviously, I feel like there's, I don't know if I'll say boundaries to it, but past a certain time in relationship, like that should be something that's comfortable. Like I shouldn't be dating you for a month or two and I have your location everywhere you go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I feel like it depends on the relationship. Like, we share our locations, but
I don't know when we started, but it wasn't like right away.
It wasn't right away, but whenever it did, it wasn't on a wall. I'm trying to know where you're at all the time. Like, it's just really a safety thing. And you're not the only person I share my location with. I share my location with my sisters, my mom, my friends.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it really depends on the relationship. Like, you know, if there's a couple that I know that don't share their locations and they're like not with it, then okay, that's your preference. But I would prefer to have my partner's location, especially because we live together.
Yeah.
And because, okay, side note, whenever, like, there's sometimes, like, when we're texting, like, I know if I text you, you're gonna respond. It might not be right away, but you'll respond. But there's been times where, like, if I'm texting you and you don't respond for a while, to me that's like, are you okay? Are you good? So I'm gonna check your location. Oh, okay, like, he's good. But I don't check your location like every second of the day, because that's not the relationship we have. Like, you don't check my location. Sometimes I forget I have your location.
Yeah.
But I think it really just depends on the dynamic on the relationship. Because if you feel like you're gonna be that person that's gonna be like crazy checking out your person like location, don't do it.
I just know, like, when you go out and I make the house a mess and you say you're on your way home, I just be like, all right, where is she? Okay, cool. I can clean the dishes real quick.
I do the same thing. I do the same thing. I'm like, wait, hold on. He on the Jackie? Okay, copy. Yeah.
That's what I be doing.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Okay. The next question is, whenever I say she, it could be a she or he. Yo, there's a lot of S's. I got wine and I have a lisp and I have my aligners in. So it's not.
All right, go.
Should she stay if you cheat, and would you stay if she cheat?
Should she stay if you cheat, and would you stay if she cheated?
Yeah.
Are they asking us that? Like, our relationship?
I mean, they don't.
In general?
I guess in general, but people don't know that you're gonna be on this, so I guess we can we can view it as that. Cheating in any sense, I don't think I ever take the person back.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I think that's just like, that's it for me. Once you cheated, and I mean, like
I know you before, you would say like it's a time thing and you won't know till you're in that situation. Like, for us, we've been together for 4 years, right? If you were to do something that would be cheating, I couldn't forgive you. Yeah,
no, I get that, but I say that and I still hold that, like, I still go by that because you haven't been in that situation before. So you don't know how you would react, because I know people who have been cheated on and they actually stay with the partner even though they said they wouldn't, because of, you know, like, it's been so long and like whatever. But
that just gets tough when you have like kids and marriage. It really depends on
the situation. Like, I do not judge anyone if, you know, they're with someone and the person does cheat on them and they stay with them. You have your reason why you wanted to stay with them. My thing is that if you're gonna stay with the person, you need to work back on trust. You can't, like, attack that person for everything they do because you decided to stay in a relationship. If you decide to forgive a person for cheating, you have to, obviously there's going to be trust that they need to build back up, right?
Yeah.
But you can't keep, like, questioning everything that they do because you decided to forgive them and you decided to continue that relationship with them. So
yeah, like, the reason that's such a big thing to me, because when you ask, like, what's the main thing for a relationship, my thing was trust.
Yeah.
So once that's broken, it's like, it's just hard to look past that and forgive it.
Yeah, no, I understand that.
Yeah.
I get it, but it's just hard to speak on. I'm just a person where no matter what the situation is, it's hard for me to speak on the experience if I haven't been through the experience yet. So, Go ahead. Next question. Or should I ask a question?
You ask a question.
What qualities are important for you in a partner?
Qualities? Independence. I don't like someone that's so dependent on me.
Period.
That'd be so annoying. It's like, bro, you couldn't like wash the plate. You couldn't put toilet paper, Catherine.
You know
like,
what? Because sometimes I forget that. So you trying to be shady right now. That's funny you said that because I was gonna say that too. Like I'm very because I've dealt with guys who were not independent. I'm like, bro, I am not
niggas. No, I ain't got nothing.
First of all, I didn't say broke. I'm just saying.
F-I-E-E butt nigga free.
Anyway, I've dated guys who I'm like, yo, I'm not your mother. Like you are not my child. You a grown ass man. Take care of yourself. So that's like a big factor for me. You need to be independent. And so I know that's what attracted me. That's what attracted me when I met him because he was very independent.
Like, oh, he got a car?
You always say this.
Oh,
he always tells people this. Like, no, I did not get with you because you had a car. He's saying this guy didn't have a car at that time, but no, that's not why I got with you. Anyway.
Oh, you got a whip?
All right, so independence, that's it?
Independence is a major one. Gotta have a sense of humor. And can't be like...
Oh, are you trying to say I'm funny?